Namaskar, this is Nirja, and you are listening to Travel World Online. News highlights of the day. Ministry of Tourism to host G20 Tourism Expo in Rajasthan. VietJet's new direct route to Australia provides connectivity boost to India. ITC Mughal becomes first hotel globally to be awarded LED Zero Water certification. Ecobillz to foray into European market. CAPA calls for a new aviation policy. BLS International signs contract with the Royal Thai Embassy to handle visa processing for South Africa. Now, news and details. In keeping with India's G20 presidency and ongoing meetings of G20 countries, the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, is all set to host the G20 Tourism Expo in Jaipur, Rajasthan from 23rd to 25th April 2023. The G20 Tourism Expo is being organized simultaneously with the 12th edition of Great Indian Travel Bazaar, GITB. GITB, one of the biggest events of inbound tourism in India, is co-organized by Ministry of Tourism, Government of India along with Department of Tourism, Government of Rajasthan and Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI. The special G20 Tourism Expo will include panel discussions, ambassadors roundtable, cultural eventing, game of golf, and other programs. The inaugural session of G20 Tourism Expo will be addressed by India's G20 Sherpa Shri Amitabh Kant and Shri Arvind Singh, Secretary Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. In a special arrangement, the foreign tour operators, FTOs, from G20 nations will be traveling on the Palace on Wheels from New Delhi to Jaipur on 22nd April. Being held after a gap of 3 years, GITB will witness over 11,000 B2B meetings of 283 tour operators from 56 countries, including 150 plus from G20 countries, with the representatives of tourism boards from 11 states namely Chhattisgarh, Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, and Uttar Pradesh, apart from Rajasthan along with more than 290 Indian exhibitors. Being attended by the stalwarts of the tourism, travel and hospitality sector of India, the event will witness some of the leading names of governance, policy making, and industry coming together on one platform to deliberate on the future of India's travel and tourism industry. The eminent speakers slated to address the event include Vishwendra Singh, Minister of Tourism, Government of Rajasthan, Murari Lal Meena, Minister, State of Tourism, Government of Rajasthan, Amitabh Kant, India's G20 Sherpa, Usha Sharma, Chief Secretary, Government of Rajasthan, Arvind Singh, Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, Gayatri Rathore, Principal Secretary Tourism, Art and Culture, Government of Rajasthan and Deepak Deva, Chairperson, FICCI Tourism and Culture Committee among others. Singh, Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India said, the G20 presidency has provided India a strong platform to promote its vision of sustainable green tourism. The GOI is working with G20 countries to promote 5 areas: digitalization, promotion of MSMEs, skilling of people, destination management, and promotion of waste management, which are essential to aid the growth of the tourism sector. We hope G20 Tourism Expo, along with GITB, will provide a further boost to the tourism sector to regain momentum and further build on the same to achieve India's sustainable green tourism vision. Rathore said, the state government has taken bold and visionary steps to promote tourism and hospitality. In the past year, a whopping 381 MOUs LOLs were signed, which will generate an investment of 14,146 crores rupees, creating employment for 61,054 persons. The state budget of 23-24 is also encouraging for investment, as rationalization of DLC rates and concessions on stamp duty have been announced. 1,500 crore allocation for the promotion of tourism. I'm sure this event will add to the strengths of our efforts. Excited over the encouraging response received from the industry and foreign participants, including from G20 nations, Deepak Deva, Chairperson, FICCI Tourism and Culture Committee said, the tourism industry has endured a lot of hardships due to COVID, but that is behind us now. From just 1.52 million foreign tourist arrivals, FTAs, in 2021, India recorded 6.19 million FTAs in 2022, registering a massive fourfold increase. We hope to keep the momentum and are aiming at 11 million FTAs, that is where we were in 2019. GITB will play an important role in that objective. A knowledge paper on inbound tourism will also be released during the inaugural session of the mega event. Vietnam's leading new age airline, VietJet, has launched direct flights connecting Australia's largest cities, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. These new routes will boost tourism and trade between the two continents by facilitating the movement of travelers. Celebrating the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Australia, Senator Don Farrell, Australia's Minister for Trade and Tourism and Special Minister for State, visited Vietnam to congratulate VietJet on the launch of direct routes connecting the two countries. The minister's visit follows a recent visit to Vietnam by the Governor-General of Australia, David Hurley, who also welcomed the new flight routes connecting Australia and Vietnam. Minister Farrell also welcomed the plans for new routes, including the first-ever direct flight to Brisbane from Vietnam, which demonstrates the growing connection between Australia and Vietnam. Operating on the new A330 aircraft, the flights from Melbourne to Ho Chi Minh City will be scheduled for Sundays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Ho Chi Minh City to Melbourne on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Additionally, the route connecting Sydney and Ho Chi Minh City will also operate 3 return flights per week. Sydney to Ho Chi Minh City on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays, and Ho Chi Minh City to Sydney on Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays. The flight's duration is approximately 9 hours between destinations. Indians can now fly to Australia, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Hong Kong and all over Asia in Bali, Thailand, Japan, South Korea and Taiwan via VietJet's great and reasonable connecting services. With the expansion of VietJet's flight network to major cities in India, VietJet has emerged as a pioneer airline bridging the distance and travel time between the two countries. VietJet is enabling the carrier to better connect and serve the rise in demand for both leisure and business travel. Further catering to the needs of its Indian customers, VietJet is offering special in-flight hot meals with a variety of dishes, both vegetarian and non-vegetarian, served by a dedicated and friendly cabin crew as well as other services. ITC Mughal is the first hotel globally to be awarded the LED Zero Water certification by US Green Building Council. This is in line with ITC's commitment to scale new heights in creating a climate-positive and future-tech enterprise. The certification verifies net zero goals, and the certification signals market leadership in the built environment. As part of its efforts to be self-sufficient, ITC Mughal has been following a sustainable process that ensures that water requirements for its buildings and processes are met by capturing rainwater and treating it for appropriate consumption. The LED Zero is the new standard for global cities, communities, and buildings as they strive to achieve a sustainable future. In LED Zero Water, a balance is maintained between total potable water consumption and total alternative or recycled water use. Anil Chana, Divisional Chief Executive ITC Hotels said, "Sustainability is the bedrock of all operations at ITC Hotels." ITC Mughal is the first hotel globally to be awarded the LED Zero Water certification by the US Green Building Council. The recognition validates our responsible luxury ethos that seeks to integrate planet-positive experiences in various facets of hotel operations. ITC Hotels is the largest hotel chain in the world, with 22 of its hotels being awarded the LED Platinum certification by USGBC. Also, the world's first 12 hotels certified by the Council as LED Zero Carbon are all ITC hotels. We take this opportunity to thank our patrons and associates for their support. ITC Hotels shall continue to create world-class luxury experiences through responsible practices which are in harmony with the environment and society. LED Zero encourages a holistic approach for buildings and places, which contributes to a regenerative future. Through this accomplishment, ITC Mughal has contributed to a regenerative future, one that enhances the health and well-being of guests and associates and the surrounding community. In earning LED Zero Water certification, ITC Mughal reaffirms its commitment to building a healthy and sustainable future. Ecobillz, the AI-led digital automation platform, is targeting entry into the European market through establishing a base in the UK. The market expansion foray came at a time when the startup is looking for newer market access and greater business avenues. Ecobillz is a well-known brand in the hotel industry with reasonably good market penetration in the country. Big banners of the hospitality industry are all customers of Ecobillz, and the startup hopes that business expansion in Europe and Middle East through these big brands will be a natural progression. Ecobillz has the ability to seamlessly collate and aggregate documents, data and/or reports from any source, software, web portal, folder, email server, and coordinate with multiple devices to update the system without failure. At its 35th research briefing, CAPA India outlined a roadmap for the formulation of a new civil aviation policy, designed to support a transformational vision for what Indian aviation can aspire to be in 20 years from now. In FY 2023, India's aviation system handled just less than 200 million airline passengers. CAPA India projects that it may need to be able to handle around 1.3+ billion passengers, with a commercial fleet of close to 4,000 aircraft, within 20 years if an aspirational and transformational path is pursued. This is an unconstrained forecast, but it would represent a market around 20% larger than the United States was prior to COVID. And it would mean that in less than 40 years the Indian market would have grown from the size of Las Vegas to the size of the entire United States. Achieving such a dramatic ramp-up in scale will require a tremendous effort across the aviation ecosystem. Each and every element of the industry will need to play their part to realize this opportunity. If realized, by FY 2043 aviation could make a $1 trillion annual contribution to the Indian economy, taking into account direct, indirect, induced and catalytic impacts. Even under a more conservative, linear growth scenario, India would still likely reach a market size similar to China pre-COVID. Kapil Kaul, CEO and Director, CAPA India, stated that Indian aviation is at a critical inflection point. The opportunities could have positive implications for generations to come. India has to choose whether it wishes to pursue a transformative, aspirational vision or more conservative, linear growth. Either way, the strategic impact that aviation could have on the economy and consumers should inspire policymakers as well as industry leaders. The Ministry of Civil Aviation has been making serious and genuine efforts to transform the sector. But achieving the industry's true long-term potential will require a new policy framework. Key issues that CAPA India identified include: aviation policy should deliver airline viability and growth by design. Carriers must be provided with a level playing field by dismantling the negative fiscal regime and providing infrastructure ahead of time. System efficiency must be maximized to enable the emergence of megacarriers. The policy should plan for airport capacity that will last for a generation and beyond, and which is developed ahead of demand. The emergence of Indian megacarriers will require appropriate airports to be developed. Metro airports must start planning for second and even third airports, for which land acquisition should commence immediately. India must define an international air services strategy in line with its national interests. The corresponding bilateral policy can then be formulated. But it must be transparent, equitable, and designed to maximize growth. India will be such a lucrative market in the years and decades to come that aeropolitics will become very complex unless there is a clearly defined policy. Airspace design needs to be restructured to provide capacity for up to 8-10x current traffic, and take into account continued growth in overflights and general aviation as well as new age aviation, e.g. air taxis, UAVs and eVTOL aircraft. In order to achieve this, corporatization of the ANS division of the Airports Authority of India should commence immediately. The ANSPM must have a professional and expert-led governance structure. Emerging Indian mega carriers will need massive MROs that offer a comprehensive suite of services, including engine and components maintenance. That will require a policy that delivers the requisite cost base, skills, and infrastructure. A new aviation safety regime is required, with an independent, professional regulator, on similar lines to the UK CAA. A new security regime is required with a dedicated workforce and resources. Kapil Kaul added, "Why do we think this aspirational vision is possible? Because aviation is being taken more seriously in India than ever before. For example, the privatization of Air India was a bold reform. This is expected to lead to a more stable market, led by two airlines with tremendous capabilities and patient capital. And the government and ministry have shown tremendous determination to address fiscal challenges, to privatize airports, and to engage seriously and constructively with the industry. All of this has created an environment in which the design of a long-term policy to support an aspirational vision can be envisaged. India will see the emergence of mega carriers, of a size that do not currently exist in global aviation. This in turn will require mega airports, mega MROs, mega ground handlers and mega training facilities on a scale that may currently not be imaginable. This will require tremendous planning, preparation, execution and monitoring capabilities. CAPA India will present its 36th research briefing on the emergence of Indian mega carriers and their strategic impact on global aviation at 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time on 25 May 2023. BLS International, a global provider of visa outsourcing and technologically backed consular service management, has signed a significant contract with the Royal Thai Embassy to handle visa processing for South Africa and surrounding jurisdictions. The contract expands BLS International's market share and reinforces its position as a leading provider of visa outsourcing solutions. Shikhar Agarwal, Joint Managing Director of BLS International, said, "We are honored and excited to have been awarded the contract by the Royal Thai Embassy for visa outsourcing in South Africa and its surrounding jurisdictions, and we are all on board to continue delivering impeccable services by bringing technology into the fold." This increase in our market share is a testament to our established competence and capabilities in successfully handling large-scale visa processing operations, especially with the increased 30% travel demand this season. The contract encompasses visa processing for several countries, including Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. BLS International will establish and operate visa processing centers in key cities, including Pretoria, Cape Town, and Durban, leveraging its well-equipped facilities and experienced personnel to cater to the visa processing requirements of these jurisdictions. BLS International, India's leading unicorn company, is dedicated to delivering efficient and dependable visa and passport outsourcing services on a global scale. With its state-of-the-art visa processing centers and advanced technology solutions, BLS International is well-equipped to effectively address the heightened demand for visa services in South Africa, where post-pandemic travel has witnessed a notable 30% increase in visa applications compared to last year's travel season. The business is well positioned to effectively handle the increase in visa processing requirements and provide a flawless experience for applicants because of its robust infrastructure and multiple skill management end-to-end. Furthermore, BLS International's commitment to excellence is evident in its long-standing and successful partnerships with the Royal Thai Embassy, as demonstrated by previous contracts for visa outsourcing in India and Kenya. The company's vast experience and proficiency in providing visa processing services have earned the trust of governments and diplomatic missions globally, establishing it as a reliable and reputable partner in the industry. That's all in Bulletin. For the latest updates, keep listening to Travel World Online Radio with you always. Kabhi bhi, kahi bhi.